Okay, so the queen should go up to the west tower and Agnach tower. Let's wall break here. Okay, she heads south. Okay. Yep, looking good. Rage to top her up. Okay, we'll freeze queen and warden statue and she should be fine. Okay, CC is out. Holy damage, Batman. Ability, rage, invis. How is she still alive? I have no idea. Hey everyone, it's Agnach here. Welcome to another video. If you have seen my previous videos, then maybe you know I'm not a huge queen charge fan. Not because it is not good, because it definitely is, more because I'm very bad with it. But after many years and town hall levels, I have decided to start practicing with it. If you're good with the queen charges and the queen walks, then you can pretty much do any attack and still triple any base. You can force any attack that you want. However, if you are like me, you might need a forgiving army that will help you out when everything goes out the window with the queen, and that army is the hybrid. The army that I use is 3 super wall breakers, 5 cockaloons, 5 healers, baby dragon, 16 manas, 10 hogs, and a couple of headhunters with some cleanup troops in the form of wizards or archers. Then the spells is 2 heals, 2 rages, freeze and invisibility, and a poison. And at CC I bring all hogs, a rage, a freeze, and also I like using the siege barracks. Some people also sometimes they bring the blimp with the 2 yetis and they use that for funneling their queen, which might make it a little bit easier, but I do like having those extra hogs coming in a little bit later in the attack. So let's have a look at some legendary plays. So here's the first attack, and as you saw, as soon as I started using the hybrid, it just started giving me triple after triple after triple. Yes, I have failed a couple of times, but most of the time it's been a triple. So over here, this is from the intro, and I was just coming in. I used the super wall breaker. I was certain that she was going to be walking up to the archer tower, and with the tower, as you can see, I had already funneled up there, but now she went down, and then somehow she took the hole and she went into the town hall, which is ultimately what I wanted her to do. But then I had to move my plan from coming in from the 10 o'clock compartment down from the 6-7 o'clock compartment now. So I've got the queen there. I'm just keeping an eye on her. You do have those rages, so you can try using all of your rages on your queen charge. You can use freezes on your queen charge as well. You basically want your queen to stay alive. However, if she's already gone through ability and then you see that she's going to be going through an area of extreme damage and she's going to die, and there's no point wasting your spells with her. But if you are going to be able to keep her alive, then definitely use those spells. Then what you want to use is the king and the siege barracks on the other side of wherever the queen has created the funnel, and then you send your hybrid in between. Now a lot of people say this is not spam. I believe it is. The queen charge side of it does take skill. However, as you can see, everything can go wrong, and then you can just put your king and your siege barracks on one side, then you send all of your hybrid in, and basically what you want to do with your 2 heals is you want to heal most of your troops in areas of big splash damage. So bomb towers, scatter shots hitting them, multi infernos, wherever you see most of your troops in and getting a lot of splash damage, that's where you want to put your 2 heals, just to make sure that most of them stay alive and they can go through. A lot of people as well, sometimes they will come in with their queen charge for the eagle and stuff, but if you're just starting, I think it's very easy just to target the town hall with your queen and just go for it. Now here's another one. I was planning on opening her and going into that 9 o'clock compartment, and then I thought that because the king and the queen were in the town hall compartment, they were gonna draw her into that compartment. So I was also wall breaking so that she went in there, and you will see it in a second. However, over here I could see, okay, the scatter shot is hitting her, the expo, the warden statue, and the queen are gonna be pretty bad on her, so I'm just gonna be freezing them. So I froze them, I put the poison for the super minions, and then everything just started smashing her. And with that scatter shot hitting her, well, it wasn't hitting the queen, but it was hitting the archers surrounding the queen. And a lot of the time, even if she's under her invisibility cloak, if the scatter shot is hitting the archers that are surrounding the queen, it will kill her, which is why I decided to use that invisibility spell, just to make sure that the scatter wouldn't be throwing any more shots and she stayed alive. Now she ended up going through the wall and going up, so then I decided to bring the king on that side, and then I used my hybrid just to push my king into the town hall. I wanted him to go inside. At least a 2-star is a 2-star. I didn't think this was gonna be a 3-star whatsoever, but I did end up using the warden ability. Now another little trick that I'm sure that a lot of you guys already know, with the miners, they don't really need to be, you don't have to use a warden ability for your miners, but you do need to use it for your hogs. The poison will get them down. Now if there's a lot of skellies and everything that stall the miners and the miners end up staying in the poison, then you also need a heal or the warden ability for your miners. But most of the time they get the tank hole. As soon as they get the tank hole down, they go underground, so then the blast and the poison really doesn't affect them usually. But that's a little trick there. So this ended up being a triple. So, and this is what I mean about, like, if you want an army where you want to practice your queen charge and you want a forgiving army, the hybrid is really good, because everything can go wrong with your queen charge and you can still triple. And even if you don't triple, you can still get a really good 2-star. Over here, as you can see, the walls are open, but the reason why I'm sending the super wall breaker, as you can see, the CC is just behind the town hall. Now you can do two things. You can either send your super wall breaker, or you can send a headhunter, and that will pull the CC out. And that's one of my little tricks that I usually like doing. Probably I'm wasting my super wall breakers, but the thing is that in this base I noticed that a lot of the walls that I would wall break in different base, this one had little holes, so I didn't really need the super wall breakers, so I just used them to pull the CC out. Again, my whole target with this queen was to get that town hall and put the king and the siege barracks at 6 o'clock, and then the hybrid in between, just to make sure that my healers and my queen stayed alive. Now the only thing for the queen that I'm keeping an eye on is that single inferno, but I still have a freeze and an invisibility spell that I'm gonna be able to use. My hybrid is still going around the base. Now I am a pretty noob attacker with hybrid and with queen charges. So a lot of people usually they just wait a little bit longer for their heals and stuff, but I like using my heals nice and quick wherever they're getting damage, just to make sure that I do have troops later on. But there's a lot of people that just wait and then they just use them later on, and somehow they still have army left. With me, when I hold on to my spells and I have hybrid or mass hogs, everything is dead halfway through the attack, so that's why I use it. Now one of the things that I found the hardest was going against these style of bases, ring bases, because I want to get the town hall with the queen. So basically what I was doing is I was just bringing her in, letting her choose where she wanted to go into the base, and then just start wall breaking her in towards the center. And now as you can see, now I ran out of super wall breakers. Probably I should have used, instead of using one of them for the king, I should have used the last one for the queen to go into the center of the base. However, I wanted my king to go in there, and then what I did is I used the hybrid to push my queen to do what she does best, which is hitting the wall. That's what I wanted her to do. I decided to use the rage and the heal just for my hybrid to go through that base where all the expos are and everything, and my healers ended up swapping towards the hybrid. They do end up going to the town hall, they do end up all dying. So I do have my hogs from my siege barracks, which I really like. They always coming at clutch times when I think that everything has gone downhill, and then end up supporting my royal champion. I still had the invisibility spell, so she can get rid of the scattershot. My queen ends up just walking around the ring base, so she didn't end up going through the wall in the end. She did start hitting the wall, but then because everything just got rid of it, of everything that was in the center, then she just kept walking, and now she's just gonna keep going around. Now this attack was very close, but we still have the warden, the healers. Of course they're healing the warden, not the queen, because why would I want them to heal the queen? Of course not. The eagle is still alive, but it's only the eagle, the cannon, and the builder hut, and thankfully the warden was a little bit smart and started hitting the eagle, and he's too close to the eagle for the eagle to hit him. Now there's no more healers, but there's only one cannon, and the warden can outrange it, and this was another triple against Shishir. Now we've got this other base. As you can see, the tank hole is towards the right hand side, so I'm gonna start with my queen here, send a super wall breaker just to make sure that she goes in. Now another thing that I've noticed a lot of people with queen charges do, which I didn't do on this attack, is they wait for the queen to pick a side, either left or right, and then they angle their healers so that they come in and they're a little bit more protected. So on this occasion I put them all the way through the 3 o'clock, which is not very good. If I had 2 air defenses on either side, then one of them would be hitting my healers while the queen is hitting the other air defense. Instead, if I had angled it, then it wouldn't. But thankfully on this occasion there was no air defenses there at the beginning, which is why I didn't care about angling her. I just wanted her to go in, get the tank hole, and then I wanted to pull the CC. Now that's another thing you want to do with your queen charge. You pretty much want to get as much value as you can. So if you can get defending heroes, if you can get the tank, well, definitely get the tank hole, and if you can get the CC as well, that's really good, because if it's an air targeting CC that is going to be stalling your royal champion, then that makes her a little bit yeah, unusable, pretty much, the royal champion. Over here now, the queen is in the center of the base, so I put my king in the siege barracks at 11 o'clock, and then I just send the hybrid in. Now you don't really want to spend a lot of time with your queen charge. What I've noticed is that you want to spend around 1.5 minutes with your queen charge before you send the rest of your army in. But even if you've gotten the value with the queen, then sometimes it's really good just to send your hybrid just to complement the queen, and that way your queen stays alive, the hybrid stays alive, everyone complements each other with tanking the defenses, and then your attack will be even more powerful. The deployment of the hybrid is really easy. I usually just send all of my miners, Hogs, Warden, and the royal champion. A lot of the time, if there's no defenses at the beginning, if there's a lot of storages, then you want to send your miners, put the Warden, let them go through those storages, and then you send your Hogs, because the Hogs will be a little bit faster, and then they would outrun the miners, and you don't want that. You want them to work in unison. So this is the army. It's definitely really good if you want to practice your queen charges. Let me know how you go. If you like the video, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time with more Clash. See ya.